If you're visiting Japan for the first time and you think that most restaurants are all about sushi, you're in for a big surprise. There is so much good food in Japan, and when we make our yearly visit home, sushi isn't really something we look forward to. It's usually all the Japanese comfort foods that we love. We're not saying that sushi isn't popular in Japan, but it's not really what most people eat on a daily basis. Here are some of our favorite comfort foods in Japan that you must try when you visit. Number 1, Katsu. Katsu is a dish typically made with pork, but it could be prepared with any meat you'd like. It's covered in Japanese breadcrumbs called panko and then deep fried to perfection. We love this dish so much that we often cook it at home too. I got the tonkatsu teishiburi, which is like a set of it's fried pork cutlet. And this is actually one of my most favorite comfort foods in Japan. So it's a set that comes with the rice and the miso soup, cabbage, and a little skimmer. Their miso soup is so good too. I haven't even tasted it, but I know it tastes good. Number 2, grilled salmon. The salmon in Japan is pre-salted and is typically grilled, but sometimes you will see it on the menu with teriyaki sauce or miso paste.
I got the grilled salmon set. Cindy and I we're gonna share it, but it comes with rice, miso soup. That's the grilled salmon. This is white radish here, and then it always comes with kemono, which is different types of pickled items. So this is probably this is pickled cabbage and cucumber. This is some kind of pickled seaweed. We used to actually eat this for breakfast. Mom would always make grilled salmon for breakfast for us, so I actually really enjoy this type of meal.
Number 3, hot or cold udon. Udon is a type of thick wheat flour noodle and often served hot as a noodle soup in a mildly flavored broth made of dashi, soy sauce, and mirin. There is also a cold version of udon, and we like to eat this in the summer. So usually I get out of Soba, which is like the cold buckwheat, or you can get hot and cold. It's usually like cold buckwheat noodles. This is udon, so it's like thicker noodles. Usually I get this hot in a broth, like a ramen type, but decided to get it cold this time, and you eat it the same way as the zaru soba. You take the noodle and then you dip it in this sweet cold sauce, and then you can have, or you can put green onions and ginger in there, mix it up, and it's really refreshing. It's actually kind of more like a summer dish because it's kind of cold today, but this is really good, so really excited. Number 4, shogayaki. Shogayaki is thinly sliced pork sauteed with grated ginger.
This is like one of my favorite dishes.
The shogayaki?
I make it at home a lot.
It would be called fried pork ginger.
Sauteed ginger, right?
Fried what?
Sauteed.
Yeah, sauteed.
Sauteed ginger pork.
Yeah. Jan jan.
Number 5, katsudon. Remember that katsu dish we mentioned earlier? Well, you can take that katsu and cook it with eggs, onions, and a slightly sweet soy sauce based broth. Then you put it on top of a bowl of rice, and you got yourself a katsudon. I got the katsudon. Katsudon is a fried cutlet with like a sweet soy sauce based mixture and an egg omelet together, and that's on top of rice. But usually they use pork cutlet. This is chicken because we're at a restaurant where they serve all chicken. It's really good here. Number 6, tempura. Tempura is a dish that usually consists of seafood or vegetables that have been battered and then deep fried. Cooking tempura looks easy, but perfecting the batter is actually a skill that is hard to achieve. We like to go to a place that specializes in tempura, and it tastes so different from other establishments that just make them on the side.
So we're at a tempura restaurant called Cutlet, and what they do is they have a lot of sets here where you can have soba with your tempura, which is, it could be anything, vegetables, seafood, meat that's in a light flour-based batter, and then you deep fry it.
アスパラに最後椎茸でございます。
So this is what, I forgot what all this stuff was.
What? You got chicken and pork, right?
Yeah, so I got chicken, that's my pork,
Sweet potato.
sweet potato, okra, eggplant,
This is Japanese mushrooms.
and then
pumpkin.
pumpkin. Number 7, karaage. It's pretty much guaranteed that you will come across karaage on every menu you see at a restaurant in Japan. It's a common appetizer and also a common dish at izakayas and convenience stores. So this is karaage, and karaage is a really popular comfort dish in Japan. It's fried chicken nuggets, kind of, but they soak it in soy sauce and mirin and sake, ginger usually, and they just fry it, and it's really good. I usually order the karaage a lot, and they actually have it as like a side dish or like an appetizer, but you can get it as an appetizer and get like a rice set or just rice, so they'll provide rice, and then some miso soup, which is always good. So a lot of the times if they don't have everything that I want, I'll kind of just get the karaage and get like a rice set, and it becomes kind of a meal. Number 8, yakitori.
This is one of my favorite comfort foods since I was a kid. It's chicken skewers, but we call it yakitori. And I can never get this in the States because it's just, the flavor is different. The chicken is just a lot more tender here. And you can order it 2 ways. You can order it salted or with a soy sauce base. And I always like to get it salted, but I mean the soy sauce base flavor is like a sweet, almost like teriyaki sauce. That one's good too, but I just prefer it salted. And what I also like is the chicken flavor with the Japanese scallion. This is my favorite one since I was a kid. So this is what I definitely like to eat when I come home to Japan.
Number 9, hot or cold soba. Soba is quite similar to the udon we mentioned above. The main difference is the noodles. Soba is made of buckwheat noodles, whereas udon is made of wheat noodles. You can get the soba hot or cold, but we much prefer the cold soba noodles. I got the warm noodles, and it already comes in like a hot broth, and Candy got the cold noodles, and she takes the noodles
And I dip it in
and
here.
dip it in that sauce.
And then there's, you can put green onions. And also if you like wasabi, you can put wasabi in here too. And then you dip it.
Number 10, Japanese hamburger steak. The Japanese hamburger steak, or as we call it, hamburger, is very juicy and melts in your mouth. They are usually made from a blend of minced beef and pork.
So I ordered a hamburger and some rice, and they put a lot of green onions on my rice for some reason. But Dad got the hamburger with the cheese on top, and I got kind of the more traditional one where it's the sauce.
They call it demi-glace sauce.
I don't know how to say that in English.
I think they do call it demi-glace. If you're planning a trip to Japan, we hope you try one of these dishes if you haven't already. Of course, if you are a sushi fan, you definitely want to eat that in Japan too. But if you see any of these other items on a menu, we encourage you to give them a try. Happy eating!